Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So today let's talk about Bitcoin's next move towards $100,000 plus. And I'm not talking about the end of this cycle. I'm not even talking about the end of this year. I'm talking about the next leg up is going to be above 6 digits. So let's talk about it, and also let's talk about everything else that's going on today. There are several major news, including news about Ethereum. What's going on with Ethereum? Well, let's talk about all these things and more. Let's do it. Welcome, 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 guys. Good morning. U.S. market is starting out kind of mixed. Okay, I haven't checked CNBC in a long time since I've been out. Starting out kind of mixed. I mean, the only thing that's really relevant is Tesla. And I kind of covered this last night, but Tesla is up about 13% this morning. Everyone thought they were going to fall. They had horrible numbers, but they did say that they're going to come out with a new affordable EV. I don't know what that means, a Model 2 or something else. But how this relates to Bitcoin is Tesla did not sell any of its Bitcoin. Whatever it had left has been growing to about $770 million. Okay, significant. And plus, we now know how much SpaceX holds, and they hold about $550 million. So overall, you're talking about like $1.3, $1.4 billion worth of Bitcoin, still held by Elon between his two companies. Not to mention, he does personally hold some Bitcoin as well, right? So positive. And you know what? We're still waiting for X. What's going on with the payment service? What's going on with the wallet? Is he go buy Bitcoin and maybe Doge? I don't know. Maybe he's going to integrate a DEX or onboarding process for crypto. I don't know. We have to see. Right? He has so many companies. So what else is going on? Well, as for Hong Kong, we finally have confirmation that Hong Kong will be launching their Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs by April 30th. Okay, before the end of this month. That's only a week away. Okay, we already know what ETFs have done for Bitcoin in the US. Obviously, Wall Street is going to lead the way, but Hong Kong, they will have Bitcoin ETFs, but also Ethereum spot ETFs. That's the interesting thing. Okay, no one else has Ethereum spot ETFs. And we know Ethereum has been kind of stagnant. Okay, so what does that mean? Is Ethereum going to come back to life, right? Are we going to get that? I don't know. I really don't know if this is not going to be immediate just because they get approval. I don't know like if every fund, issuer will start issuing funds right away, or there's going to be a lag. And even so, I don't know how much volume Hong Kong and the rest of Asia they'll be buying, how it compares to, like Wall Street. I just don't know. But this is coming. This is coming. And you know what? Wall Street, like BlackRock, is also trying to get Ethereum spot ETF, which I think will be absolutely huge if it happens. But in the U.S., Gary is not looking like he wants to play ball. So basically, and I kind of knew this because BlackRock and others, what they're trying to do with their Ethereum spot ETF is incorporate staking rewards within. And that complicates things. I don't even know why they have to do that. They should just get it approved first, then introduce new ones that actually have staking rewards. But basically, right now, it looks like the SEC is not even entertaining the spot ETFs. Like, it just seems like they're not even very engaged with it. So I don't think it's going to come this year in the US, but it's coming in Hong Kong, and I don't know what that's going to do. It could be absolutely wild. It could be huge. Volume could explode, and Ethereum starts moving upwards towards $5,000, $10,000. But I guess we'll have to see. But overall, I think it's positive when you have more exposure, when you have another avenue for people to come in and buy. It's good. It's good. It's really good. Yeah, and Grayscale also is trying to convert their Ethereum trust into Ethereum ETF, which, you know, seeing how what they've been doing with their Bitcoin conversion, what happened afterwards, it's probably not a good thing if they convert their Ethereum trust to a Ethereum ETF, because what they're probably trying to do is sell it all off. Okay, again, I can't explain why they had to sell so much or why so much investors in Grayscale decided to sell so much, but they are still selling. They are still selling, and that's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. But the good thing is, even with their selling, okay, we had 3 days of inflow. And the inflows were more than how much the miners were producing. So think about that, okay? And this is just from the ETFs. This is not counting individuals that are buying, right? So the ETFs had 3 positive days. Are we going to see another positive day? Possibly, because Grayscale, even with their selling, the others are making up for it. But yeah, I mean, Grayscale's still selling a lot. They're still selling a lot every single day. So this is, I mean, this is unfortunate what it looks like. You know, just a month ago, Grayscale still held about 46% of all Bitcoin in ETFs. Now it's down to 36, and you can see the light blue just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And then you could see the Fidelity Bitcoin ETF getting bigger, and then the IBIT getting bigger. And, you know, overall, it's just an outflow into them, right? So if Grayscale comes out of Ethereum ETF because they converted their trust, it's probably going to be the same thing, which is not good. It's not going to be good. So I guess we'll see. But here's the thing. We had our halving event already, okay? And a lot of people were anticipating that maybe the miners would be selling off, and we would see the hash rate drop down. Not the case. Bitcoin's hash rate is now all-time high, and it continues to go higher and higher and higher and higher. You know, the miners this time around, they're not the same as before. They're prepared for this. They got a lot of funding to keep on buying more machines and growing for facility and the equipment and everything else, right? So they're not giving up, not one bit at all. And that's why it's awesome, because when we have the hash rate leading the way, price always trails until it doesn't and price catches up. Bitcoin is the only crypto in existence where the price follows the hash rate. Anything else out there that's proof of work, it's the opposite. The hash rate follows the price. If the price goes down, the miners mine less, okay? If the price goes up, the miners mine more. In every other instance, that's how it works, except with Bitcoin, because the miners know Bitcoin is the future and they are not going to be giving up, and they want as much Bitcoin to themselves as possible. Think about it though. The cost to mine one Bitcoin has literally doubled. It went from 26,000 all the way up to 52,000. Now it costs these guys $52,000 to mine one single Bitcoin. So if you ever get in an argument with anyone, with a non-Bitcoiner, and they're like, well, Bitcoin has no value at all. Well, just tell them it costs $52,000 to mine a single Bitcoin. So that's the base value right there, 52,000. But of course, we know there's a lot more to it than that. But at the very least, you could argue that. All right, what else is there? Whales are also buying. Whales that hold anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoin have added 266,000 more Bitcoin since the start of 2024. So like I said, it's not just the ETFs and institutions that are buying. Okay, you got whales buying too. And you got retail investors buying too. Everyone's buying. Okay, so this is overall pretty good. So now I stole this from Mr. Crypto and put on my thumbnail. So here's the thing, okay? If you're a TA guy and you want to look at some technical analysis of where Bitcoin is and where it's heading, I think this is pretty obvious, okay? Bitcoin, this is on a 2-day chart. Bitcoin is in a is a bullish flag pattern right now, okay? We've been going sideways a lot, and we know the next leg up is right around the corner. There are a lot of charts that have been showing that states that Bitcoin is ready to pop. Now, the question is, where does it go pop to, right? It's 100,000 plus. Well, there's a lot of charts that support that, or a lot of data that supports that. And here's one. This is showing that Bitcoin is having a bullish crossover with their LMACD. The last time this happened, Bitcoin went up 75%, and that was back in February. And then Bitcoin went up 75%. And we haven't seen that, and it's on the bottom in case you can't see it. And we haven't seen that since now. We just had a bullish crossover. So if we go up 75%, where does that go put Bitcoin? $115,000. Okay, so we have so much data that shows that Bitcoin is about to make the next leg up. And recently I also covered about Bollinger Bands and how there's a squeeze that's happening right now. I mean, even from a technical standpoint, long-term Bitcoin is looking bullish, right? But you guys know I'm not a big TA guy, but I cover it because it's important. Because if you look at TA, it's looking good. You look at the fundamentals looking good, especially like the hash rate. That's part of fundamentals. Keeps on going up, okay? And then you look at everything else that's out there, like more ETFs coming in Hong Kong. That's bullish. We had the halving event happen, right? Inflation rate cut in half. That's bullish. Everything that relates is bullish. And let's not forget, from a macro perspective, inflation and all this economic turmoil from different parts of the world and financial instability from many countries around the world. I mean, all of those things help Bitcoin too. This is why I'm so bullish on Bitcoin. This is why I never waver with Bitcoin, because I know it is the future. And the more you understand about some of these things I talk about, the more bullish you will be. You just cannot not be bullish on Bitcoin. It's just really that simple. And here's another chart that shows that Bitcoin getting ready for the next leg up that will drive us past $100,000. And that's going to come sooner than expected. I don't even think we need to wait in the end of the year. I think somewhere around July timeframe, right around Bitcoin 2024 conference, July, August timeframe, we'll be at six-figure plus. I think it'll come much sooner than people expect. That's how it always happens with Bitcoin. You have just long, stagnant times, periods, and then all of a sudden, boom, you start moving upwards. All right, what else is there? Hedera. Hedera, you know, last night went absolutely bonkers. When I opened up that leverage with you guys, right, I thought it was a pure loser, but then it went up like 100%. But now it started coming down. And that's because BlackRock is getting involved with RWA, right? And they're tokenizing one of their money market funds on Hedera. So that's absolutely awesome. But if you're looking at the chart, here's Bitcoin here. Where's Hedera? Man, that was a crazy climb yesterday. Look at the volume. Hedera went all the way up. It went 100%, and then it fell down about 50%, and now it's kind of hovering here, which is still amazing, okay, considering they were here. So you're talking about, you know, that's still like a 50% gain, but they had a tremendous, tremendous climb. So let's see what happens with Hedera. I'm not a big Hedera fan. I'm not very bullish on Hedera, but I do recognize they have made a lot of moves and made a lot of right moves recently to make them a lot more appealing. But this could be a game changer. BlackRock started tokenizing funds on top of Hedera. I mean, I don't think retail investors care, but institutions may care, right? So we'll see what happens with Hedera going forward, but that news absolutely pumped them up to the moon yesterday. What else is there? WIF also flips. This is crazy. WIF have flipped Polygon in on-chain volume. WIF is also having a terrific day. Yesterday was led by Pepe. I think Pepe is still doing well. But look at WIF is going up right now. I mean, you just can't ignore it. I've already called it. WIF is going to be the sheep of this cycle. And, you know, they're neck and neck with Pepe, so you could have two sheeps of this cycle, WIF and Pepe, and there's others that's out there that are just as strong. But for a meme coin itself to flip the entire volume of Polygon and everything that exists within, that shows you how much retail interest there is in meme coins. This is why all chains should embrace memes. Every single one, right? Nurture and embrace the teams that want to create memes, the good ones, not rug pulls, because they will do amazing things for your chain and for your dexes that offers the swaps, right? That's absolutely wild. And you could see WIF and Pepe neck and neck around 3-point-something billion, sitting at 36, 37. I mean, their market cap is so much bigger than some of these other projects. I know it seems like it's a slap in the face, but you know, ultimately, what makes something go up is whether the community is strong and how much buying and holding they will be doing, right? Just kind of like Bitcoin too. Like Bitcoin, why does the price go up? Because there's more demand than supply. It's the same with memes. It's the same with any project out there. It really evolves around the community, how strong their faith and conviction is in the project and how long they can hold. Because if they're all holding and no one's selling, that's never going to go down, right? So it's quite amazing. Yeah, that's pretty much it today. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right, sorry, just checking something. All right, let me scroll up here. Let me see if I missed anything. Chip Chop. Have you heard of Cat with Bag? Yes. Same owner as Dog with Hat. Still early for degens of 16 million market cap. No. When you say same owner, no. They're not the same owner. They're not the same devs. They're not the same founders. I think you just made that up. But I have heard of it. I don't like copycat memes because I don't think they're going to do anywhere as well as the original memes. So all this stuff with WIF, you know, cat with dog, cat with hat, bag with, you know, whatever. I mean, there's just too much of it. The one who cares, what's more bullish, Toncoin or Cardano? Cardano. I don't really get Ton and their whole ecosystem. I really don't. Everything is about building dApps within Telegram. Telegram itself is not even on Toncoin and not on the Ton chain. I don't get that relationship. I really don't. But they have been doing well, but you know, like I don't quite trust it, to be honest. Opinions on RWA projects in general. Yeah, I've seen, you know, like Ondo, for example, or Goldfinch, and you know, those are like institutional based, like converting banks and yield and stuff towards or tokenizing them. I'm not a fan of those projects, even though they have done well. I'm more a fan of tokenizing like real stuff that retail investors care about. You know, you got real estate, you got music. I covered Opulus before. I mean, there's plenty others that I can't think off the top of my head. I think they could do very well this cycle. Passes all these new memes. I just want my cock to rise again. I think they will. I think once cockfights in the next IFC, they're going to get a lot of attention during consensus. And the community is really strong. So I think they will come back strong. Thoughts on Kate's coin, AI gaming? I don't know what that is. People are waiting for the FOMC next week. Yeah, unfortunately, I think you might be a little bit right there, but whatever Powell says, he flip-flops. I don't know. He's in an impossible situation, basically. That's what I know. He's in an impossible situation. I think Sheep founders didn't expect Sheep itself to perform that well. Yeah, no one does. No one expects their project to hit 40 billion in market cap. I know someone early on that was like in Sheep really early, and he told me that, you know, this whole thing about burning 50% sending it to Vitalik was completely by accident, and they didn't know that it was going to get so much attention, but that actually got them a ton of attention when Vitalik commented on it and then donated it, and everyone thought that it was going to dump, and it didn't, and it caused it to go up more. So a lot of these things that people try are purely by accident, and they don't know if it's going to work, but it did. Now sending 50% of Vitalik, everyone's doing it, and no one cares, but they were the first to do it. Thoughts on swarm markets, the RWA market? The gold standard for blockchain-based finance, trade real assets today, 100% asset-backed, regulatory compliance. Yeah, I don't see how this is compliant in the US. Tokenizing stocks, I just don't see that because no one else is doing that. I don't know. That seems iffy to me. They say they're compliant. Are they really compliant with this? I still have, yeah. See on top, look at this. The securities have not been and will not be registered under U.S. Security Act of 1933. Okay, so basically, they're not compliant, and Gary doesn't know about this project because if he did, he would sue them. that's basically, especially since they're operating in the U.S. That's dangerous. I'd say that's very dangerous. It's just a matter if they get bigger, they will be shut down. Carrot, no idea what Carrot is. It's on Arbitrum. Is it a game or a meme? 4 million market cap. Protect Carrot. It looks like it's a game. A silly game that does not require a token. Thoughts on Cadena? I've lost hope in them. Super Machinist. Okay. Thank you. The one who cares. Thank you. Have you seen a trailer that Kimbo released? No. Can't decide between F430 and 458. It's no contest. If you go 4 to 458, it's 100% better than the 430. The only 430 I would consider is the manual. This gated 6-speed F430. If you could get that, get that. If you get that affordably, yes. Otherwise, the 458 is so much better in everything. Like, it's not even close. Everyone out there seems to be super bullish on Near. I'm a holder, but mainly due to the hype. Can you give some thoughts on the bullishness? I don't know who you define as like everyone, because that's certainly not everyone. Everyone's maybe jumping on a bandwagon. I'm not that bullish on Near. They had this little booth Okay, I thought they had a presence at Token 2049. It wasn't. They had this booth that wasn't labeled near, but it was really like some project that was within there. Near wasn't even there, which is crazy. Um, I don't know. I'm not that bullish on Near. I'm not negative on Near. I think this recently just like declared it moving to the AI space and trying to get hype around that. But like they've been around. They've been a baby Solana for a long time, very heavily backed by VCs. So people that hate Solana probably hate Near too. They've always trailed Solana in many things, and they still do. Cheers, DiCaprio. Just list on CMC. Rocket fuel. Is it really? It's 719,000 market cap. How is that rocket fuel, man? That has to be wrong. Before, what I was looking at least was a few million. Now it's under a million. If that's really the case, then it's dead. Tesla's still doing very well today. Let's see. What is say Black Coinbase doing? Coinbase is about barely down. What else? MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy, barely down. Kind of like a even day. Lump sum DCA tonight for missing weeks. I could do that. Sure. When George meme on Soul? Probably never. Probably never. I just can't. There's just too much scrutiny that comes with having a coin. It may launch. I'm pretty sure if I did launch something, it would be very successful at first. But then, you know, if it starts going down, then everyone's going to say, what's going on with your coin? Why is it not going up? And it's going to be endless questions about it. Like, I just don't want that. Happy I sold my H bar yesterday. I was holding since 2018. Yeah, that was actually a pretty good opportunity. But you know what? If they jumped up so much just due to one announcement, right? Can they keep going? That's the question. Possibly. If there's more that will be released on Hedera, we'll see. Christian, thanks for all the videos. I read live chat this morning. I think you have a lot of patience with nonsense, shilling, haha. Good luck to everyone. I'm kind of used to it. Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I lose my patience. But not today. Not worth the headache, George. Has enough coins already? Yes. I mean, I could probably get like a WAG token or George token up to 100 million. But then I don't know if it could stay up there. It could just dump right back down to like a million or something. And it's just like, I don't want to deal with that. Do you think we'll still get rate cuts? Yes. But maybe it's pushed back now, because quite frankly, you know, there's worries about inflation coming back up again, or rising again, I should say. So Powell, he's an impossible situation, man. Like he cut rates, or he raised rates so much, and it seemed like we were making progress, but now we're printing more money, and we're You know, we're spinning a money printer and borrowing once again, and then we're going more into debt, and it's causing inflation to come back up, and price of goods or services going back up. So now he can't really cut rates, but he needs to because, you know, we got a presidential election this year, and markets are supposed to be blooming during a presidential election. So he's like really between a rock and a hard place. Like, there's only so much he can do. Will memes be coming to VeChain? I certainly hope so. I spent a good amount of time. I talked to Sonny at VeChain for a good like 15, 20 minutes. And most of that was like, hey, where's the infrastructure on VeChain? Right? Let's build the infrastructure and let's get some memes. Let's get VeChain popular again among retail. I know a lot of people still support VeChain. I do too, but they really don't have a lot of retail offerings, right? Like, let's get some good memes on VeChain. Let's get a good DEX going. DEXs are non-existent on VeChain. There's no liquidity at all. I have no idea why. And there's not a whole lot of infrastructure support at all. If Sonny's like serious about it and gives out some really good funding, I could get a whole bunch of projects there to start building. Do you recommend getting FSD on a Tesla card? No, don't do it. I saw that they lowered it back to 8 because it's ridiculous. It went from 8 to like 14 and now it's back to 8. Don't get it. Just pay for the monthly subscription of like $200 or something. Do not get it. It's the biggest scam on earth. $8,000. The car does not self-drive. It doesn't do anything. Just a normal autopilot. And they used to have enhanced autopilot. That was like a money grab too. So they removed that and just built it into autopilot. Autopilot itself is great. The car drives by itself on the highway almost flawlessly. But FSD is supposed to be like having the car drive in the city and local roads. Nowhere close of it self-driving. It's just, you're just wasting. And plus, it doesn't help with resale value. I thought it did before, that it would help with resale value. If you trade a Tesla in, whether it has FSD or not, makes zero difference on the price. Seriously. So don't buy FSD. Just pay for the monthly service. What do you think about Objective? I still like them, but they've been really weak recently. 2023 so good. 2024 has lost a lot of momentum for some reason. Can't quite figure out why. They were doing so well in 2023, and all of a sudden, they just lost all momentum. I feel like Cosmos, there's like association. It's not an official association, but there's like a big association within Cosmos that invests a lot of money into all the Cosmo-based chains. And I think they were the ones responsible for Injective and Celestia and Say to get hot, and now maybe they stopped buying. I don't know. And Drieg, I'm not going to talk about his meme coin. How do you feel about Telos after seeing them as a title sponsor? That doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything at all. Yeah, and you can't, with FSD, you can't even transfer it too. That's the most annoying thing. Like, I've had 3 Teslas already, and I've wasted, what, 20 or 30,000 at FSD? I should be able to transfer my FSD for between any car, right? But of course, that was a money grab for Tesla. It's like free money to them. And it frustrates me. If I ever get another Tesla, like if I ever get a Cybertruck, no FSD. Any new Teslas, do not get FSD. You're just wasting your money. Let's see, I got on X here. How many people do I have watching? 1,400, 1,500 on X. I'm wondering if I stream on X is worth it or not. No vid. Appreciate that. Why would I not get FSD? You can get it. Just get the subscription. Otherwise, you're wasting money. You should get advertising cut at X if you have the check mark and setting right. I have no idea. I don't know if I'm getting anything from streaming on X, to be honest. I'm just experimenting with it. I saw Mr. Beast, when he posts his videos, there's actually like a video ad playing. So he's making something from that. But like when you live stream, I don't think there's any ads that play. So then I get nothing from it. But we'll see. We'll see if people really like it. How big can Solana get this bull run? I would say pretty darn big. I'd say Solana could get as big as number 2 and surpass Ethereum. I think that's going to happen. You obviously haven't tried FSD 12. Every person, I have it on my plaid. I have it on my X plaid. Every single big upgrade, people are like saying, oh yeah, it's so much better. I don't trust it. It's nowhere close of driving. Like full self-driving, nowhere close. And on the highway, I'll give it to you. On the highway, Teslas drive better than any other car when you enable FSD. It's near perfect, near perfection. You could you technically sleep and it's fine, but not recommended. But in the city, there's just too many obstacles and it just can't anticipate everything. And it just doesn't do well. But because of you, I will go test it again. I downloaded V12 on my X. So I will go test it for you and I'll report back tonight. But I have a feeling it's going to be the same. It never changes. It's always the same. I always hear about that every upgrade you get, it tells you, oh, it's like 30% better in this or 15% better or 18% better. But when you're starting at 0, basically that doesn't mean anything. Josh, I don't know if that would do well as a video. I like cars because I like driving, feel the road, hear the engine, the drive, the experience. I agree with you. Though I've never driven a 911 before, I really do want to get one. But I don't want to overpay for it. And the dealerships, unfortunately, are still marking them up. Scout Finch. I appreciate that. Ken says FSD is amazing now. No, it's not. You guys are too much. I bet you guys think the Model 3 performance is amazing too. I would pay to sell my Model X Plaid at what it's worth, or even slightly below. I would pay to get rid of it, because I've tried to trade it in and I get half of what I paid for. It's ridiculous. All right. Anyways, guys, that's enough. Overall, what did I talk about today? Bitcoin targeting 100K as his next leg or next stop. I think it's going to happen. You look at everything that's going on Bitcoin, super, super positive. You just can't be negative about Bitcoin at this point. Everything is pointing upwards. So stay strong, my friends. I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.